All right, one of the most misunderstood, overlooked, not interesting subjects in the Philippines is air conditioning, and it's a shocker when you get here. This is probably too close to the ceiling mounted too close to the ceiling, but this is a 2.7 horsepower or around 18,000 BTU mini split. It's a monster. This is usually one of the bigger ones that you're going to get in at least this form factor. Bigger ones are available, but they're usually like an R2D2 thing that stands over here in the corner. But this thing is 2.7 horsepower, and it takes really big lines, and it's got a really big outdoor unit. I'll show you the outdoor unit. And so the 18,000 BTU by Western standards is enough to cool a house or a room of 1,200 to 1,500 square feet. So it's too close to the ceiling. Also, not good for maintenance. But they are able to clean that thing. We get it cleaned about once every 6 months. But it's on the top floor, and there's no insulation. There's only thin ceiling board that separates the attic from the room. And it's not sunny today. Let me see, where's my laser? My laser's downstairs. But I put a laser on the ceiling, and it's usually 98 degrees on a sunny day. It's nice out today, not too sunny. But this ceiling is 98 degrees. And I don't care how big your air conditioner is, it's not big enough to deal with that. So this room is 20 by 20, so it's 400 square feet, and it's all that thing can do to cool it down in the evening time. We turn it on about 9 p.m. It stays off during the day. We turn it on about 9 p.m. and it goes 100% full power until at least midnight, trying to cool the room down. Now, my plan is I don't want to get up in the attic. So my plan is to take some, they have metal sided styrofoam board, and it's about 4-inch. It depends, you can get smaller. But I'm thinking about getting 4-inch and putting it all along here. I can just retrofit it on the inside here, on the inside. So it's a sandwich of steel and then foam, and I just screw it to this to the supports that hold this fiberboard up. I'll do that, and that'll give me like R10, but that's better than what I got, which is R nothing right now. But this is a majorly overlooked issue with the Philippines. If you've got an upstairs room, you better oversize the heck out of your air conditioning. A 1.5 horsepower is not going to do nothing. It's going to be like pissing in the wind. Now, if you're downstairs, it's okay. But we associate the Philippines to the U.S. or to other Western countries that this glass is going to be double paned. It's not. It's almost impossible to find double pane windows. That the windows are going to seal. They're not, unless you specifically change out the windows and get. These are the barn style opening windows, and they got a rubber seal going all the way around. And when the installers install it, there's going to be light. You're going to be able to see light around the edges. You'll be able to see light, kind of like I can right now. See, there's a little bit of light right there. I need to get them to come back and adjust this. There's light going all the way around. So rubber seal ain't doing you no good if you got light right here. So it's a good thing I looked at that, actually. That's not good. That's not good. They need to tighten that up. But before they leave, even though they know, we've had several windows done by this company, even though they know I'm going to check. See, this one's sealing. They know I'm going to check every single time. It could be a little better up here at the top. They know I'm going to check every single time, and they always They always have gaps. Every single window I've had to have them adjust after the fact to fix the gaps. They just don't care. So combine the fact that you got no insulation. This is just block wall. That's it. There's no insulation on the inside or the outside. You got no insulation in the ceiling. And you got poor ceiling windows. The air conditioner, forget about it. Forget about it. It's going to burn you down on electrical bills. Now, I'm off grid on the solar, and my batteries are enough to get me through the night. And my last electric bill was 500 pesos. So I use the grid as a backup for cloudy days, rainy days, or whatnot. But don't underestimate the Aircon. If you're buying an Aircon in the Philippines, don't undersize it. Oversize it. It's they're run with inverters, so it only runs the compressor as fast as it needs to run the compressor. So it's okay to oversize. So it'll just run the compressor a little bit slower, and you'll be glad you did. Especially if you're on an upstairs roof facing floor like this is. It gets hot as heck up here, and you're gonna want that oversize to get it under control as fast as possible. It's gonna burn a lot of electricity, but do you want to be cold or do you want to be power conscious? So you want to be cooled off. So keep that in mind. You're gonna need to pay attention to the windows, and you're gonna need to pay attention to the size of your unit, because a 20 by 20 should be able to be handled by a much smaller Aircon. But I'm telling you, a much smaller Aircon is not enough. I've even thought about adding a second Aircon in here on those nights when it's just hot as crazy and it's not cooling down fast enough. We get this fan pointed at us. We should throw the ceiling fan up here, but we get this fan pointed at us and that helps. But like a second Aircon over here or something, just to knock it down, would be ideal. We haven't felt the need to do that just yet. But what I'm telling you is, if you think you're going to get by with what you're used to air conditioning wise, forget about it. If you're on a second floor or a floor with a roof, an attic, or if you're on if your house is just one floor, you're going to be hurting on the aircon department. Downstairs, no problem. It'll cool down a room, especially a typical Filipino room, which this is not. Typical Filipino room is going to be small, and the aircon can do it. You could cool down that room easy, no problem, even if it was a single floor house. But this one, big room, second floor, it's tough. So don't overlook that. Oversize your aircon. Don't go by any online guides. Talk to the guys that install it. They'll tell you if your aircon's too small. They'll tell you. So I've done that once. I've undersized the aircon one time, and that was a mistake. So always default for oversize. So there you go. Like, comment, subscribe. What are you guys running? This thing's off grid, thank goodness. But it is what it is. Once I throw up that insulation, it's going to be better. At this moment, it's not the middle of summer, so I'm not struggling. It's cooling it down. But I will throw some insulation up there, and it'll just be my new ceiling. So the ceiling now will just be replaced with a white steel sandwich going all the way around. And so that'll be a game changer for up here. All right. That's what I'm up to. See y'all later.